We've met this season's cast, but there is more to them than you may think.
So when I received the call that I made it to top 20, firstly I was shocked and really excited because I didn't expect it.
I am a very interesting person. I am an introvert, yes. But when I step out, I know how to show up.
Being a TV presenter gives me a space to be in the public. It gives me an opportunity to stand somewhere where I can say, okay, I can present about something. Again, I can be someone else as an actor.
The task this week is teamwork. You have to work as a team and create a 24-minute magazine show that is going to be a high value and high viewership program for Diamond Media. You will assign yourselves roles that are important for a production crew, and you will do your level best to ensure each one of you has some screen time.
Hold on to your seats, folks. It's going to be a bumpy season. It's officially game on for our contestants, and if they should know anything from the onset is that there is no room to relax. DPS expects excellence from the get-go. The first task is always tricky simply because participants are required to work in harmony with people they hardly know. In most cases, this is a recipe for disaster.
There has been a noticeable rise in the number of enterprises in Zambia. And as a Lord.
As we spotlight the change makers leading to a clear and more, I don't know how how are we doing with continue, what's the word again, Tando? Continually to the people who are passing.
Ultimately, these two teams of misfits have to deliver the best product they can. Will they impress the judges? You know that thing about first impressions? Well, it's never been this true for our contestants until now. Team Onafa draws first blood, led by Nchimunya and Nelton. They both represent their entire team and must speak on their behalf. Nelton is definitely not new to this. He understands fully well how important accountability is in the presentation room. Will his experience carry both him and his teammates?
The name of our show is Onafa. Emphasizing Onafa is a Lozi name that means right now. So the show is Onafa, the talk that matters. And so a compilation is news that has to do with current affairs, we branch into business, we as well branch into lifestyle and sports, so to mix and give a fusion of a touch of culture as well, and orient the curious viewers.
Remember, part of your task was to identify who is going to advertise in the show.
Okay, banks for our business, like I'm saying, those that are interested in SMEs and business lines of that kind. When it comes to the sports, our segment is very unique as compared to the most enthusiastic sport, which is soccer. So those that have got academies for other sports can come through and advertise if they want, advertise rather with us. Then on the lifestyle, those that want to speak more on the culture of Zambia. And obviously the tourism department would benefit much to come and advertise if you've got any holidays for a particular period of time in the year.
Before we watch, this assignment also, being the first, was all about teamwork. As team lead, what can you tell us in terms of how the roles were distributed or divided, and how many members did you have on your team, and how the roles have been delegated? Did each player or member play their roles?
We were 9 on the team. Each one had screen time. Obviously, a team, there were those that, everybody, by the way, had a role to play in every segment that we had picked. There were challenges here and there. It's working with people, obviously.
What were the challenges?
One of the challenges is us trying to understand each other and see where we fit, especially that we haven't known each other for the longest. And so just trying to support each other to make sure the person identifies they're up to the task when they're feeling a little less confident, and the nitty-gritties of just trying to ace that.
Were you voted team lead, or you imposed yourself? How do you find yourself to be team lead?
She was actually voted.
She was voted?
Yeah. She didn't want to take up the role, but the group just saw her strength in that area. Because initially she was the overall producer. We had another person in mind for the team lead position, but as a group, we just said, okay, we let Chimunya be the team lead and the producer for things to run smoothly. And with the challenges that she mentioned, we rose above those challenges with her at the helm. And yeah, we conquered each and every those, and we're here now.
All the best then. Being team lead sometimes can come with repercussions.
That's right.
Hello and welcome to ONAFA, the talk that matters, where we focus our lens on current affairs and matters to do with passion, persistence, and people. This is what's coming up on today's show. On Sports Arena, we have chess with Nelton Mutalifelile and speed cubing with Lwendo Makala. Taking us through Hustle Hub is Teresa Mushili and Memory Chanda. In lifestyle, we have Kisha Moyo and Mutale Kataso. And after the break, we go straight to current affairs with Nchimunya Chidakwa and Joseph Kaluba.
They came to say goodbye, but the body has yet to arrive. For days, scores of mourners have gathered at the Patriotic Front Secretariat, while others have assembled at the Belvedere Lodge, the official mourning venue. Despite differing opinions and circumstances, one uniting factor remains: grief. However, with the arrival of the former president remains still uncertain, a painful question arises: will the family and the state reach a consensus that serves the best interests of both parties and the nation as a whole? Joseph Kaluba has more to say about this.
So kindly tell me your name, please.
My name is Gabriel Kamazapiri.
Mr. Gabriel, tell me how you feel about this current situation of the president's body not coming into the country.
Yeah, anyway, I feel so bad actually. You know, being a long-time member, a bona fide member of Patriotic Front. It has been so painful, and you know, we cannot sleep. I cannot sleep. I don't know exactly what would happen tomorrow, because the president died 2 weeks ago. Today is Thursday. He died on Thursday.
Mukamba popwanji maliro ya America vonse vemma chita ma daily activities yano olo mukachemma vichita.
Awe America kale every time munga ifetiko at least mulimi pa opposition uzaba sometimes balimo kwamba tushiteko vaku vinango bahitana tumfika kushitavaso ushiteko vinango bahitana tuvashitavaso va America vambili maningi.
That's one efintu fyonse fyapita kwati fyakosa aba bapepi abapalamika baedgalungu bakainde fyonse efintu ngafiri bwino.
Here at the Secretariat, that is what the people of Zambia, the PF supporters and Tonse Alliance had to say.
There has been a noticeable rise in the number of people, both young and old, venturing into businesses, particularly small and medium enterprises in Zambia. Others sourcing their goods locally, while others are crossing borders just to reach the evolving needs of their customers. My colleague Memory Chanda takes a closer look at how international business ventures are helping some SMEs boost their productivity.
Zambia shares a trade connection with South Africa, and for many small and medium enterprises in Zambia, South Africa has proven to be a reliable source for quality and affordable merchandise.
While in Johannesburg sourcing merchandise for his store, Mumba, a Zambian entrepreneur, shared how his trade relationship with South Africa has transformed his business. He spoke of the opportunities this cross-border connection has opened up, from broader product choices to increased profitability back home.
I started this business about 5 years ago. It was a profit money business. Ama magatundu ya mtu to the local, fimbi to the South Africa because of imtengo shari bafesem compared na ba kuma China san, but it being kwa kusenda pa South Africa kai pepe apa, so na quality ya finti ali bafebo ino.
Now, could this link between South Africa and Zambia be the key to the innovation and growth of many small and medium enterprises in Zambia?
From the boardroom to the heart of culture, we move to Vititika with lifestyle as Keisha and Mutale give us a taste of art, tradition, and the soul of community.
Tucked in the heart of Lusaka lies a place where culture isn't just preserved, it thrives. Kawata Culture Village stands as one of the Zambia's most vibrant cultural landmarks, known for its rich art and strong of-sense identity.
But what does the daily life look like for those who live and breathe the cultural heritage? We asked the locals and discovered the beating heart of Kawata.
It's actually a living culture village which portrays our traditional way of life, lifestyle in terms of art. So we express our traditional way of life and culture through artifacts.
Culture is not just for the stage, but it shapes how people eat, work, create, and connect. It lives through generation, and what we experienced here is what it is. Now, customs are diverse, that art is used as a form of therapy.
In a quiet corner of Lusaka, color has become more than just an expression. It's become therapy. Meet Alice Mulombe Muyambo, famously known as Alice Molo, an award-winning self-taught visual artist who's using creativity to heal minds and open hearts. With brush in hand and passion in her purpose, Alice is turning pain into paint. Her latest creation, a therapeutic coloring book filled with affirmation and inspirational quotes. A simple tool with a powerful impact. Partnering with OSISA, she's already shared over 300 copies across Zambia, Malawi, the UK, and South Africa. Each page a doorway to self-reflection and peace.
The Rubik's Cube is a 3D combination puzzle invented in 1974 by Hungarian sculptor and professor of architecture Erno Rubik. Today's question is solving the Rubik's Cube a sport. Helping us understand more about the Rubik's Cube is today's guest, Arnold Mwape, the Z-Cuber, a pioneer in his own right, pushing the agenda of algorithms, cognitive thinking, or simply showing off some skill. Together, we had a chat. What captures your attention about the Rubik's Cube?
It's actually help people increase their mental capacity. The mindset should actually become sharp. The IQ levels should actually increase. That's the reason why I'm actually focusing on promoting the Rubik's Cube in our country.
Is Zambia ready to start a new era of competitive speed solving?
Yes. We have so many people that solve Rubik's Cube, but they just don't have the platform where they can actually showcase their skills or whether the talent. So having such platform like this one, it's going to help us escalate and increase the number of people that can participate in Rubik's Cube solving.
There's more to sharpen the mind. When you see a good move, look for a better one. More in the world of chess.
No screaming crowds, no referee whistles, just focus, strategy, and silence. While others just goes, this game builds thinkers piece by piece, move by move.
So GC Chess Academy was established in December 2022. So the how part, I think, before the academy was actually established, there was a club, GC Chess Club, which started a year earlier. So I think the inspiration is that for every sport, the future of every sport lies in the grassroots.
And that brings us to the end of this edition of ONAFA, the talk that matters. From national reflection to small business innovation, lifestyle, and the incredible healing power of art, we hope today's stories inspired and informed you. Don't forget to catch us on Diamond TV channel 271 on DSTV, channel 20 on GoTV, also on our social media platforms, Diamond Media on X, Diamond TV Social on Instagram, and Diamond TV Online or Diamond Media Zambia on Facebook.
Judging by the faces of both Jonah and Costa, you do not need to be a mind reader to tell that there are a few gaps in this presentation.
For me, the coherence in the show lacks. I don't see it. It's like individuals were working in isolation and you just throw each piece together. I don't see the sequence or the story being told properly. But by and large, I feel like this is something that we've seen before and keep seeing. This thing of going to Kawata Cultural Village, always to depict tourism. I saw it in the other seasons. The whole show for me just has no wow factor. It just doesn't wow me. It's not moving.
Costa starting this feedback off and outrightly stating he is not impressed with the outcome. What does Jonah think?
Sorry.
I think also for me to look at the specific engagement that we had through the training session, there's a number of things there that we specifically said should not be the case. For example, that piece at the Secretariat, we specifically talked about how long a vox pop is an interview with the person should be, and how long is that?
Quite longer than expected.
What did we agree would be the length for each person?
30 seconds.
30 seconds, but people were talking for 2 minutes. One person just talking. Still on that, we spent a number of minutes specifically talking about translations. We literally spoke about translations, and I said a clip cannot go without a translation. We showed you a demonstration of what this looks like. We played clips where you asked a lot of questions with regards to translation, and I explained all those questions. What did we see? 3 people speaking in Nyanja and Bemba that is not translated. The presenter was asking in Bemba. How?
Jonah is largely concerned about the coherence of the segments. It would seem Team Onafa may have missed the target with this one. After the break, some drama is unfolding for Team 2. Team Onafa gave us their presentation, which the judges felt was underwhelming. I would like to say that this is only the beginning, but if this competition has taught us anything, is that dropping the ball at any point, this could mean the difference between you staying on the competition or getting kicked out. Up next is Team 2.
So our show basically is, the name of our show rather, is In the Loop. So we're basically...
In the loop.
Yes, In the Loop. We're basically keeping you guys in the know of everything that's going on, because our show has very diverse segments, keeping everybody in the know of what's happening around. And our buyer persona is people aged 18 to 45. So we're trying our best to cater for everybody in our segments. And then, yeah, that's basically, it's gonna speak for itself.
There are elements of who their target market is and who their potential advertiser for this product will be.
We've depending on our segments, we've identified the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Tourism, private health institutions, and also sports stores, the people who deal in sports, and also just culture. The chief of is it chief of culture?
Kawata Culture Village.
Yes. So those are the ones that we've highlighted.
Kawata Cultural Village as an advertiser?
No, we just went.
No,
to
the
grants.
Council of Chiefs.
Yes.
I see.
Yes.
This was you as a team working together for the very first time. Let's talk about how the experience was working together as strangers for the first time, distributing the roles. What were some of the challenges? How was the experience?
So when we're put in our groups, of course, we're all meeting each other for the first time. We decided, okay, how we go to our designated roles, we decided, okay, who wants to volunteer? People volunteered, and then give us your reason why you want this role. And then somebody with the best defense is gonna take the place. So that's how we managed to put our positions in place. Of course, it's not easy to work with each other. It was easy for some, but there are some people who are hard-headed, due to lack of a better term. And then, yeah, but at the end of the day, we managed to execute. We managed to improvise where we can.
As team lead, what was the experience? How was it managing the team? Deadlines and everything?
Not very difficult, but I can also just attest to the fact that some people are easier to deal with, and then others are also just very difficult.
Off the jump, we already see a red flag for the team. Thompson is said to not have done his job as producer. Will this affect the overall product?
Can we watch?
Expert insights, inspiring stories, meaningful and impactful conversations that contribute to the community and national development. That is what you're promised on In the Loop. My name is Lillian Chipeso.
And I am Alex Mwambazi. As always, we've got interesting segments and interesting topics that are lined up for you today. It's important for you to recharge, reconnect, and stay in the loop because the conversation is endless. Our first segment looks at climate change. We're going to look at the best practices and how best we can help the environment with a positive climate change. We join Chomba Mhango in Earth in Our Hands.
From the energy we use to the waste that we create, our daily choices shape the future of our planet.
The world is facing a crisis that no one can ignore. But this isn't just a story of disaster, it's a story of action, innovation, and hope as we spotlight the change makers leading to a cleaner and more sustainable environment.
Now, speaking of health, let's look at what we've prepared today with Edna and Chiti on Inner Balance.
about fitness matters. Regular movements boost your heart, shape your mind, and allow you to have a happy mood. But you don't need all of this equipment in order to stay fit. You can do it right from the comfort of your home. Today, we'll be looking at body squats, which can be done from the comfort of your own home. And they go like so. Set your feet a shoulder width apart and then do the squats. Do 3 sets of 10 to start. It's a full body booster, and you can do it while the kettle boils or during TV ads.
That's right. Working out is just half the story. What you eat fuels your entire lifestyle. And when it comes to clean energy, what's best than fresh fruits? These contain vitamins, energy, and antioxidants, perfect after a morning run or after a long day at work. Eating a variety of fruits keeps you in shape and helps you fight chronic disease. And the best part, they are affordable and local. So the next time you go shopping, avoid processed snacks and go for something that brings back to your health.
So far, it's been very educative. We've learned so much. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Let's take a look at some sports on the playbook and see exactly how we can be playful and healthy at the same time.
Not all heroes wear capes, but true champions wear jerseys and make history on the field. The playbook is the ultimate place where you get inside information into those critical sports you know and love. And just like a wildfire, this one is wonderful. I am Levi James Kasambula, and welcome today because we are going to get right into a sport which some may consider to be minor, but for many, it's a work of art and a way to make a living. What is the secret to making it so captivating?
So I think MMA is just captivating anyway, you know, but it's also about the storylines and the athletes who are coming through and how MMA Zambia has managed to sort of capture social media, ride the wave that it's the fastest growing sport in the world. Now it's the fastest growing sport in Zambia. We've also had major achievements. We have the #1 flyweight in the world, female flyweight in Miracle Chipito. Again, this is at amateur. And then at pro, we have the featherweight champion of the EFC, champion of the world. So he's the title holder from the EFC, which is Ken Sekeletu.
Well, like I said earlier, true champions are made and they are born. And mixed martial arts has showcased to the world to say a true champion can always land a great blow and knock out everyone with just one kick.
I must mention, Alex, that it's been quite a jam-packed show. And on that note, I think let's also just look at what's happening in the world of entertainment. Coming up is eBuzz.
Hello and welcome to eBuzz, the ultimate source for the latest news, trend and music in Zambia. I am David Mwambakafula and I'm thrilled to bring you closer to the Zambian entertainment scene. Let's dive into the most exciting stories and releases in the Zambian entertainment scene. First, let's talk about the price Vincenzo paid to get Mike Burner in his latest single titled Yeah Yeah. Had people talking and asking questions if Mike Burner was really worth the amount of 65,000 Zambian kwacha. We also have the Miss Charm beauty pageant, which has now reached the top 28 finalists. The event was into personal branding, confidence building, and public speaking. Best of luck to the top 28 finalists as they compete for the first place. Now let's move to the latest releases of music in Zambia from the hottest artists. We've got artists like Yo Maps, Sheffy 187, Slap D, and many more. Let's take a listen.
3 full music videos in a 24-minute show. I have to tell you, I already know how this feedback will go.
For a moment, when the show started, I was almost giving it to you guys that what you had was better than the other team. But you've just spoiled it for yourselves. First of all, you give the eBuzz segment probably 10 minutes, I think, because music videos almost on average 4 minutes. It's like you've nothing to give. you can't play three music videos.
There were 3 music videos
in one segment. And I'll tell you why I had to say, well, let's skip the Kabwata cultural thing. Because the other team equally had it. And like I said in the other session, it keeps on coming up, even in season 5. I don't know why. I told you guys to go and watch the other seasons. What makes you think that whenever you want to talk culture and lifestyle in Zambia, it always has to be Kabwata Cultural Village? That's the only thing we have.
Actually, for us, Kabwata Cultural Village was an alternative. Initially, where we wanted to go was Lusaka National Park.
But that's what you've showed us.
Yes, because after we made reservations, the contact person that was communicated to said we had already run out of time, so we needed to improvise.
But the other team also went to Kabwata Cultural Village.
Costa feels the teams are ill-prepared and have learned nothing from the other seasons of DPS. He is, however, impressed that the team put some effort in wardrobe.
One effort or difference that I've seen is that your team put some effort on the costume. I think I've seen that everybody is dressed in their part with sports, in some track suits and so on. But be mindful of colors. Your jacket, your outfit, very nice, but I think sometimes for camera, be mindful of shiny colors.
Busy colors.
And then there was absolutely no chemistry between the two presenters.
Jonah highlighted the free advertisement given in one of the segments.
And I get the idea of wanting to spotlight people that are doing something different, but that's not what was happening there.
Yes.
You were not spotlighting their innovation, you were spotlighting their shopping mall, and their tenant is saying this is the best place for, so basically you are advertising. You're not telling us their innovative ideas, you are telling us that this is a good mall, come and get a shop here.
It is important for the contestants to understand that TV is a business and must be treated as such. After the break, the contestants face their first elimination. Who will go home? The first task is always the hardest for the contestants as they stumble about to get their bearings right. We've seen what the two teams produced. Both teams did not impress, and this means that anyone could be going home today.
Contestants, welcome to the first elimination of this season of the Diamond TV Presenter Search. Last week, you were given a task, and this task was to come up with a 24-minute magazine show. You were divided into 2 teams of 9, and each team had to come up with a magazine show, but assign various roles to each one of the team members. This task was about teamwork, but we also wanted you to get a bit into the production side of things. We spoke about how important advertising is to us, and your product must speak especially to that. We said that we have commercials that must be in there because we're targeting to make money off of every type of content. We had a training where we explained what a magazine show is, we explained what a package is, we explained various roles in production and why they're important. I have the 2 team leads, and we'd just like to get a recap from you on how you worked and what you think about your productions. Let's start with team 1.
We had an amazing time working with my teammates. They are on my right. However, we had nitty-gritties here and obviously conflicts, trying to understand and put everything together. So in as much as there was what looks like success according to us, there was also a bit of challenges that may not have shown, but anyway, others were viewed in the particular piece that we had provided.
Lillian, you were team lead for team 2.
Yes, I was.
How did it go?
Overall, I would say there was great teamwork. Everyone understood what they were supposed to do, at least 90% of the team members. Although there was a challenge that saw switching of production roles, as you could tell from the production roles that we did provide and the person that actually was in the judging room. So that was as a result of, I would say, not really understanding individual roles in terms of production.
And by that you mean Thompson did not understand his role?
Yes.
I see. I've got individual feedback and group feedback, and the feedback is, in my view, that none of your teams came up with a wow 24-minute show, but there were some things that we specifically spoke about in our training that were quite disappointing to see in your productions, like the extended time we spent on explaining the significance of translations in your productions. That's my feedback.
Thank you, Jonah. Contestants, welcome to the first elimination. The instructions were very clear. 24 minutes of a TV magazine. All the details have been explained based on the orientation and the tasks given. None of the two teams brought to the fore anything that had a wow factor. Your shows were below standard. It is nothing to write home or talk about. Based on quality, based on storytelling, variety and cohesion, I think that first part of your show with the fitness and the fact that you put effort on the costume like I told you, despite the fact that even the two presenters in studio, there was no chemistry. I think I need to give that feedback. If you're going to do a presentation where there's two presenters, there must be chemistry. But you have two people that are on one set and hardly through the entire show didn't even speak a word to one another. Be very careful. The gentleman with the show or the segment from the cultural village, I had to skip through. I couldn't watch it. It was too boring for me. Levy, you ask questions and re-ask again and answer and confuse yourself. I watched your mixed martial arts segment. But other than that, there were quite a number of positives in terms of the presentations that we saw. And I want to see more of that. The fitness, please remember to wash your apple next time you eat. As much as it has antioxidants and you're telling us to be clean and healthy, always remind us to wash our fruits. Thank you. So team 2, you're safe for this week. Team 1, Chimunya and your team,
Yes, sir.
you're up for elimination. Tell us, who was the weakest link on your team?
Joseph was my weakest link as a team lead.
Why?
I struggled to communicate with him as well as get him to do the task because I felt he was very careless with handling stuff, especially with regards to even the editing. There was a point where I and the other teams had gone to shoot, left him on ground and expected some touch to the work that we had done. Alas, so he was my weakest link.
Joseph, you've been singled out. What do you have to say?
I would defend myself in the terms of communication. There was a day that my phone went off, and as it was going off, I communicated to the team that my phone will be off until the following day.
So how do you expect then a production to go on where TV business that is running 24/7? We need to wait for Joseph's phone to be on for us to serve our customers?
No, sir. But before I left, there was already work that was scrapped out, and the expectation was that the team would put it into the script.
On your behalf?
Yes, sir.
Because you chose to take a holiday and switch your phone off?
No, sir, I didn't choose so.
Who else thinks, with a show of hands, that Joseph is the weakest link? It seems only, well, the entire team feels you're the weakest link. And that is why you're up for elimination, Joseph. And sadly for you, when Jonah and I discussed and looked at the work that was done by yourself, it was very, very poor in terms of quality. And so you're up for elimination. Nelton, you sat in during the preview for the producer. Who was supposed to be the producer? It was Joseph. However, for you, Nelton, the feedback is that having participated in season 5 of DPS, you know exactly the quality You know exactly the demands of what we're looking for. And even with your chess piece, and even with helping rallying this team together, I would have thought, Nelton, that you would have taken lead and shown us something better, especially that you're just 12 months out of another boot camp of season 5.
Right, so in terms of me having to take lead, I would have, but then initially since I didn't have to impose my leadership on the team, my name was submitted for the team lead role. What came out of the entire team was that my team thought the judges had something against me, which I didn't really understand.
Why would the judges have anything against you?
Which I also didn't understand.
Because
it came out as
brought
such.
you here.
Which I didn't understand. So I never really wanted to push it through. So I laid back and took the director role together with my colleague here, Mutale. And also just being behind the scenes, moving everything else together with Nchimunya, Kisha here, Teresa, yes.
Why would you think that two independent, I think, and very objective people who are looking for somebody to join their team would have something against anybody?
Some drama with Nelton, his team feeling the judges have something against him, and that preventing him from taking up the leadership role. This is quite the twist, leaving the judges appalled. Joseph and Mutale are up for elimination at this point, and it is not looking good for either one of them.
Okay, so our show being a very informative and educative show, I thought of it as a lot of people don't know what art therapy is. And I thought, this is my segment, I might as well just give my guest on the show a moment to shine and tell everybody what art therapy is. I really wanted everybody to understand the how, when, and why she does it. And that's why I thought just giving a voiceover at the beginning of my segment, telling everybody who she is, what she does, was going to be enough screen time for me. Unfortunately, I thought that a voiceover is also enough screen time, because in the segment where she was explaining what exactly she does, we put a little bit of cutaways of her showing me her pieces and how she comes up with them and what she does exactly. So I thought that was enough screen time for me to be on the segment.
Sadly for you, your thoughts didn't meet our expectations, because in fact, as I gave feedback, I found your piece to be very boring for one reason, in that you gave your guests so much time, a very important issue, but could have been told a bit more creatively. Remember that this is a competition and this is the very first time that you're sort of pitching to us. So we want to see what type of a presenter you are. What do you bring? So I was not looking to see the guest throughout. We wanted to see. So sadly for that, you're on the chopping board. Teresa, kindly step up. Memory, step up. So the four of you are up for elimination. Teresa and Memory, can you explain to us what that was, whatever it is that you gave us in that business and entrepreneurship? You called it the Hustle Hub. What was that?
So basically our segment was a business segment, and everything behind the script was to show how Zambians go to South Africa and buy their goods basically and then bring them back to South Africa.
Did you show that?
So that's what I'm getting, sir.
Please go ahead.
So basically what happened was, in the beginning when Memory explained to me what our segment was going to be about, I got the concept that Zambians are going into South Africa to sell goods from there. So I created a script based on everything, and I did some research being a financing and business and financing student. So I did some research on that, and then when I sent in the script to Memory, she made some changes, basically everything from the first word to the last word. She changed the whole script and sent it to me back, explaining that
she changed your script?
Yes.
Memory, why did you change her script?
Okay, so to begin with, I sent the script to her. I had written it already, and she told me that she had edited some words. However, the edition wasn't bringing out everything. So I suggested to her to say should I write or will you write? And she said to me, let us keep the script that you wrote. I am okay with everything and I will simply practice it. She did not tell me at any point that she's not comfortable with it.
So she's lying.
She is lying because we were trying to find common ground and I could not have determined that this is her giving in without telling me what her opinion
Teresa,
was.
you're not being honest?
Oh no, I am being honest, sir. So I created the script, sent it to Memory, and she sent a voice note explaining to me how the whole concept, her concept isn't aligning with my script. So she said, okay, I'll send in a different script and then we can pick it up from there. So she sent
Where's the producer while all this is happening? Where's the producer? Because this is about teamwork. You are the producer. Can you say something to this? Because ultimately, the final 24 minutes must be put together and the producer is in charge. So while all this back and forth was happening, what was your role in all this?
I was unaware of
Oh, I forgot, your phone was off. Let me start with you, Memory. What a waste of money. What a waste of resources. Sorry to tell you that. And I always tell people, it's not about how fancy it is that you've gone to UK or Joburg, then we're just going to accept everything you bring just because you're in a foreign place. But I feel for you. And we were just saying this. I can imagine if that is a sponsored trip by the company and then you bring us nothing because you told us nothing. And to borrow his words, storytelling is about clarity. Communication is about clarity. Now, if I watch a story and then I'm asking, what is it all about? Then you're now trying to explain, oh, we were trying to explain how Zambian traders get clothes from South Africa, which meant you failed to communicate. And when I say what a waste of money, I can imagine all the efforts you made to find a camera, to find a microphone, to go and find somebody, whether they were acting or it was true or whatever it is, and find a source. But yet your piece never brought out anything. So it's a waste of time, a waste of resources. You told us nothing. So yes, A for effort, but Z for nothing.
I'm sure it's a learning process and
I hope then you'll not be going home. But it's a good learning process. And that's why we give feedback. Joseph, completely you failed. You switched off your phone, dropped the ball on the team, and everybody agrees that you're a weak link. For this reason, you're packing your bags. I'm eliminating you. Thank you.
Joseph unanimously considered the weakest link and is the first to be eliminated. It is now down to Mutale, Teresa, and Memory. Who is next to go? They must now plead their case.
Why should I keep you? Because surely you don't want to be on screen.
So why you should keep me is because I believe I'm the diamond you're looking for. Because it was because of my understanding. I didn't completely understand, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to learn. So to my understanding, I thought giving a voiceover was screen time, of which I have learned just now that it's not screen time. And so I believe I really want to be here because this is, as I said before in my intro last time we had an interaction, Diamond TV is the home of the best of the bestest, and I want to learn nothing but the best. That's why I'm here, and I believe you should keep me because I have the aura, I have the face, I have the confidence, I have the creative direction that you need for Diamond Media. That's why I think you should keep me.
Teresa.
Sir, I believe you should keep me because it's my dream to be a star. It's my dream to be a diamond. I believe I am a star and I shall make diamonds shine. I have passion. I admire from the best. I admire from you guys standing where you are. And because of that admiration that I have for the judges and the presenters, I am going to make it. I'm going to make diamond shine, and I'm going to make diamond stand out. I believe the passion that I have in Diamond TV is going to make me go out. I love screen, and I was on that screen speaking with every courage, every admiration that I have. I spoke, and I believe I stood out, except the mistakes that I made, the miscommunication that I had between me and my partner. That made me come here on the elimination block, and I believe I am here to learn, here to have the experience, and I am definitely learning. Thank you.
Memory.
You gave me A for effort. I flew out. put everything together without bothering Diamond TV to say, I need to do this. That shows you what kind of a person I am, that I'm willing to go to the furthest point to bring something out. The mistakes are there. Yes, I'm a diamond in the rough, but this effort will bring something coupled with the learning process that I'm going through. So you should give me.
Sadly, we need to make a decision. As tough as it may be, this is a competition, and today we have to eliminate 2 people. Mutale, I know that before presenter search, there's something that you've been doing. You say you are a diamond, or you feel you're a diamond, but we need to see you shine. Teresa, quite a compelling plea. You've moved me emotionally, but you're walking on very thin ice. You need to do better. Yes, Memory, you flew out, but you did not fly out specifically to go and do that story. You flew out because you had something else to do that was personal. And so you needed the team to accommodate your personal business or your personal wishes. And this is why this miscommunication came about, or the idea had to fit your personal agenda. I believe that if you were not in South Africa, there would still have been a business segment and it would have been a different story. But you had to fit something, and this is why when I investigated, at one point, we were told probably there would be nothing coming from you because you had gone out. And the reason why I have sent Joseph away is because of people who disappoint or drop the ball on the team. Teams are all about being able to sacrifice for everybody, for the good of the bigger picture. It's not about the person. So yes, I've given you A for effort, but you wanted everybody to fit into your agenda. And it's for that reason, Memory, that your road with the presenter search for season 6 ends right here. Mutale and Teresa, you can do better. Nelton, yours is even higher. No judge is against you. Do your best. So thank you so much, Memory. To the rest of you, go and reflect on everything that you're being taught and you're being mentored on. Watch a lot of these things that we've pointed out. Go back and watch your shows and what you've presented, because this is only the first task, and I can assure you that the road is just going to get tougher and there'll be bigger and higher mountains to climb. So well done for making it into the top 16, and Jonah will now give you instructions for the next task. Jonah?
Contestants, welcome to the top 16. Congratulations to all of you. And this will only keep getting tougher for both yourselves and ourselves as well. But this time around, we want you to start seeing yourself in what our vision is. Diamond Media are leaders in breaking news. We give news on the go because we want citizens to be informed as the news is happening. There you have it. That's your next task. Breaking news. You will anchor an on-location, choreographed breaking news item, and we want to see your strength and ability to communicate with an anchor in studio, but also give us adequate information and show us that you are the next diamond in the rough. All the best, and you are working individually on this task. All the best.
I will sparkle. trend.